Click the links for Gab, Odysee, and BitChute, and thank you for the 2 recent donations. I think we both know it's more generous than I deserve. Anyway, so I like Doomcock, and I like all those other Star Wars channels on YouTube, just to like play in the background. But stop with the Star Wars hopium. Not only is Star Wars dead, but I'm starting to think that anything out of Hollywood is dead. Anything that passes through the hands of the globalists is going to be corrupted, especially when you consider the current political environment. TDS broke these people. These people have taken off their masks. They are narrative companies, not profit companies. They want to change the world through propaganda. And I like Doom, whatever his name is, but he is selling entertainment, not information. Are these rumors true? They don't matter. Is any of this truthful? Does any of it matter? Star Wars doesn't matter, and I'm not being passive aggressive. I'll have him on when he's doing his live streams. I like to listen to him. He's just entertainment, not anything more. YouTube is clicks. These guys make money selling themselves. It's fine. Knock yourself out. But YouTube is pro wrestling or reality TV. Disney is not going to hand off Star Wars. I know Matt Jarbo loses his freaking mind over Doom and Gary from Nerderotic because they're entertaining and Matt isn't. And actually, Matt could have been fine if he didn't flag those channels. That dude lost some serious money over the past 2 years over that little faux pas. But I listen to Matt's live streams also because he's passionate about films. But it drives Jarbo crazy when he sees these rumor channels that are just making tons of money because Matt is, I guess, too principled to do this kind of rumored stuff. But it's, don't hate the player, hate the game. That's just what YouTube is. It's all about clicks. If you want something more substantive, you go to Odysee or BitChute. Disney is going to use Star Wars to continue to push their global homo agenda to turn the tadpoles gay. But honestly, I think the mouse kind of effed himself in the A with a bit of mutually assured self-destruction. If you're still excited by Disney, you need a splash of cold water. Disney is globalist parasites. They are never going to return. I think it's genetic. It's in their soul. It's part of their religion. They have to destroy. It cannot build. It's what SJWs do. They infest something like the vermin they are, and they just tear it down. Instead of just making something fresh, it's like, oh, we need to change these characters. Why don't you just create something new? We can't create. It's like they're demons, and that's one of the rules of the game. Is like, oh well, they cannot create. Anyway, the thing is, even George Lucas is woke, but he's woke for the '90s. Woke in 2020 is just anti-white Bolshevik cancer. I think Disney is screwed. I think the film industry itself is in trouble. People are tired of racism. Most people just don't want to see constant racism against anyone. It doesn't make it better because it's against people of European descent. Why would it? That doesn't make any sense, you effing... It gets old. If every new movie is going to be a diverse United Colors of Bennington abortion, then we're just going to skip the movies, which means we starve the infrastructure. There is a lifetime supply of film out there. Get yourself 2 5-terabyte drives so you can back them up to themselves in a VPN. You can get you could set up like a mail rotation system with you could put stuff on flash drives and physically mail it to people if you wanted to. I'm doing that I'm physically handing it to people for like family photos, little 64 gigabyte drives. They don't cost anything, barely, and it's just an easy way to put a ton of stuff and just hand it to someone. Or you can obviously use cloud storage, but some people are just like technologically, I don't know, the Stone Age. If I never see a film post 2020, I don't care. Well, I mean, there's no hope for post 2020 films. I don't think they can make a movie. Maybe a small company like a Clerks type of company can make an politically incorrect movie, which is like, nowadays that means anything. But the distribution of it's like all those big houses, Google, Amazon, Netflix, HBO, all those, there's like 24 of those big distributors. They're all woke too. So you're talking about getting funding for something, making something, and distributing it. Yes, you can do it bypassing that infrastructure, but it's, you're talking about like a few, it's some orders of magnitude less remuneration. So the only people that are actually excited about new movies are the terminally naive or Matt Jarbo types who enjoy watching their wife's boyfriend. I'll skip that. Don't flag me, Matt. Every new movie is going to insult your intelligence and be insanely effing patronizing. It's going to be nonstop blonde man bad, Trump proxies. OMG, guy, like, fascism is bad because my Bolshevik teacher told me so? Yeah, I'm sure Japan, Italy, Germany were horrible places with trans kids, drag boys, stripping, story hour. Clearly we won that war because we're totally free of degeneracy and... Oh, that's right. Okay, so the rumor is it's Lucas, who's about 200 years old, is going to take over control. Are you fucking kidding me? Everyone at Doomcock's rumor is wrong. All of them. Like, there's someone who... And I like the guy. I listen to him Totally Sport Channel. It's entertainment. It's infotainment, I guess. Someone in another site was going through like all his predictions. They're like, you look through all his predictions, and it's like he made 50 of them, and they're all wrong. But he's not selling inside information. He's selling entertainment. It's the job, to entertain you and give you this like hopium. And then, like, if you haven't caught on to it by now, then you're just getting entertained. So it's not like, it's like somebody saying, "Oh, wrestling is fake." Well, yeah, of course it's fake. So is YouTube. So it's like all this stuff is. I mean, there's some people who are more authentic than others, but like you have to look at the big picture of YouTube. It's all for clicks and outrage and super chats, and it's like the who's that girl who does the she's some girl, and it's like she is, they explain like she is the algorithm master of these quick cuts to like shocked expressions on her face and this kind of stuff. It's like the worst things on YouTube, just the soul crushingly destroying things, was I saw Dad and his kids, and this channel had millions of followers, and this guy was like buying homes for his kids with the advertising money. They were playing remote control cars, and the kids had to put on these fake expressions. And the dad's playing with the cars, and the kids are in the background like, "Oh, wow, Dad, that's great jump." And it was just like, oh, it's so plastic. But the guy was making millions of dollars. It was like, "Hey, kids, I just bought you another house. Pretend to be excited." "Okay, Dad." It's that kind of stuff. That's what YouTube is now. Like the real internet is Odysee, BitChute, Trovo, Rumble, Gab TV, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, Kathleen Kennedy is going to be out. Yes, in a sane, logical world, of course she would have been out. They had a string of, I guess Solo was technically a bomb, but a lot of other stuff was just underperforming. People say, "Oh, the Disney trilogy, it did like, $4-5 billion or something." Yeah, it grossed that. It costs a lot to make. It costs a lot to buy. Not only that, but you're dealing with return on investment. You're talking about the theme park also underperformed. The toy sales were flat, and you go, "Oh, well, the movie sold, $1 billion net profit." Well, yeah, but the toys are supposed to do $2 billion, and they didn't. So there's like a missing $2 billion that Disney was counting on, because you can put your money in any one of various investment vehicles. And they put it in this Disney, and it has been a massive underperformer. So yeah, in a sane world, you would fire people who are associated with this. The force is female. Yeah, hey bitch, you're all fired. All you bitches are fired. Everyone at the top who had a hand in this, like the top half dozen people, you're gone. We gotta get some fresh blood in here with like all this woke stuff. Like I'm talking like a sane, rational person. Like, no, you're not gonna wear a T-shirt that says the force is female to try to market to 20% of your market and alienate the other 80%? Are you out of your effing mind? That's just mathematically unsound. They're a narrative company. None of these things that movie companies do, or comic book companies, which I kind of, follow, none of these things make sense, kind of focus, unless you know that they're pushing propaganda at a financial loss, which should scare the hell out of you, because these are huge billion-dollar companies who have a massive ability to spread brainwashing and propaganda. "Oh, I'm not going to get brainwashed by a TV." Yes, you are. At least under a certain age, yes, you will. And until you like start taking red pills and start coming up out of the brainwashing, yes, it's remarkably effective. Repetition. That's the TV is just it is it is, I don't know, it's the coup de grace of brainwashing. It is a massive accomplishment to get that in some, and this, we're moving away from TV now, but, for a good 50 years, it was a huge ability to push propaganda. Now we've got these streaming programs, effectively the same as TV, but movies are a little bit different. It's a little harder to push propaganda in movies because the initial investment is bigger. That you can't really have like a whole lot of massive bombs. Where in TV shows you can have episodes, and back in the old days you used to be able to sneak in just little bits of woke programming here and there, just a little bit more. So I don't know. I'm not watching the streaming shows pretty rarely. So there's, it's like the people who are doing these YouTube review channels and they're talking about like whatever they're talking about, it all sucks. All of it is garbage. You're going to find the rare exception. Present it. Ethos, pathos, and logos. Show me. I'm from the show me state. I'm not from the show me state. I'm from California, which is like the poop in the street state. I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, guys, and I'll see you all next episode.